So a short pause there was for the golf of Simon Jeffs to be recovered from it's near the pit lane exit. It was parked on the grass there, so well done to the recovery team. Let's take a look at the grid for our final race of the day then. The Edmondson Electrical Classic and Historic Thunder Saloons and the Blue Oval Saloon Series sponsored by Burton Power Products. Pole position will be pole position will be number 97 Andrew Wilson in the Holden Monaro, winner of race number 1, and 76 Jason West's BMW alongside him. West nearly caught Andy Wilson towards the end of race 1. They finished about 1.5 seconds apart in that earlier race. Second row will be Jason Hughes, the current Classic Thunder Championship leader, coming into this weekend unbeaten in his class in his Vauxhall Vectra. Start alongside number 100 Andy Robinson with his Ford Falcon. Third row, 66 Paul Wood BMW and the first of the Blue Oval cars, 101 Malcolm Harding with the Zaxpeed Escort. Row 4, 34 David Griffin. A couple of wins already for him in the BMW alongside Colin Voice, number 121. The penalty earlier on, of course, because when he pulled up on the green flag lap, he should have stayed at the back when he rejoined, as he made up places through the grid. He should not have done that, so he was penalised. Row 5, number 96 Ian Craig BMW and 123 AJ Owen with his Honda Civic. The 6th row, 22 James Dunkley and 58 Jack Gadd, Fiesta and Escorts. The 7th row will be Jeff Steele in his BMW E30 M3 alongside Will Hunt, number 70 in his Fiesta. On row 8, Dan Mackay Fiesta, Tony Paxman Escort. And on the 9th row, Martin Reynolds with his Ford Anglia and Paul Finney. He failed to finish the first race, pulled off with a couple of laps to go with his Ford Fiesta XR2. Behind them, we will see Colin Claxton in his Escort, had problems in race 1, and Anton Martin, who failed to start race 1. Hopefully he'll be out with his Escort this time. And on the back of the grid on my sheet is Stuart Place, number 72. He's got a Mark 1 Escort in Blue Oval Class E. He wasn't out in race 1. We haven't seen him yet today, so he may not be out here. Still a few drops of rain falling then. We'll be underway just as soon as we're able. Should play Thunderstruck as they do their rolling lap through the PA system, shouldn't they? I did that once at it was at Rockingham, because Rockingham happened to have a CD player in the commentary box. Rockingham sadly no longer with us, of course. Some great racing there, including evening racing from the Pickup Truck Championship on the ovals. 1.5 mile oval at Rockingham, which staged IndyCar racing a couple of times. Cadwell's biggest events, of course, being motorcycle related. The British Superbike Championship comes here every year. No, I'm not singing Thunderstruck down the microphone, whoever just suggested it. I'll make it rain even more if I do that. It does look as though the rain is getting worse anyway, without the need for any singing, unfortunately. So maybe they're just waiting here to see what the weather is going to do before they get this last race underway, because it will be very slippery for these very powerful big V8 engine cars in the Thunder Saloons. Not sure what the slight delay is here at the moment. When there's a car being cleared off track, it's we never found out where the Alfa Romeo had gone, did we? So it might be that being recovered. Or maybe it is just because the conditions have taken a turn for the worst here. The rain is increasing. Yeah, they're waiting, I think, to see what the conditions are going to do here, whether it's going to get worse. Because if so, then the drivers can set up for a fully wet race. But every race has had everything so far. That's been a pretty spectacular day so far. Cars sliding all over the place. Apologies for a slight delay here while we just see what the weather's going to do here at Cadwell Park, but it hasn't made its mind up all day. So, quick reminder that our next live stream on BARC TV will be September the 18th and 19th. Snetterton, British Truck Racing Championship. Hopefully Ryan Smith, Flying Ryan, will back out at that one after suffering a blown engine in his new Mercedes at Donington. He's looking for a 6th consecutive British title. Craig Reed from Stoke-on-Trent leading the Division 2 class. Hopefully see the trucks out in good numbers at that one. I've given you the grid for this next race. We should hopefully see 20 cars out there. That'll be underway just as soon as the weather makes its mind up and the cars are sent out from the assembly area. there was a threat that the rain was going to get even worse, but it looks as though things are staying okay for the moment. As you say, we've got the most powerful cars of the day about to go out on track here, and they're probably hoping it isn't too wet for them to certainly remove some of the spectacle. No matter how much you're tempting me in the YouTube comments, I am not singing Thunderstruck as the race starts. My voice doesn't go that high anyway. Okay, I think the countdown has started in the assembly area because, of course, it is a rolling start for this race. And the cars are about to be released from the assembly area. So thanks for your patience there during that slight delay. Well, there is our pole sitter. What a stunning car that is, the Holden Monaro of Andy Wilson. Yeah. Doncaster base driver. Everything about that car is larger than life. The looks, the aero, the sound. Off he goes. Jason West will follow him. There's Jason Hughes in the Vectra. 888's built car, the British touring car veteran. I don't know the exact history of the chassis there. We'll find out that for another broadcaster. Look at this, the Ford Falcon. What goes through your mind when you see those yellow headlights in your mirror? Paul Wood, Malcolm Harding, there's Colin Voice. We're missing somebody. I don't think David Griffin's there. I didn't see him go out. There's Jeff Steele, the stunning E30. Fiestas, Escorts. I think I'm missing one or two cars from the back there. I can't see Colin Claxton's Escort. That'll affect his championship lead. Anton Martin again is not there. And there is the last man out, Paul Finney. Failed to finish the first race in his Fiesta. I didn't see David Griffin go out, so he may be missing the Diet Coke car. See, the conditions have brightened up slightly. There's AJ Owen in the Honda. I can't see Ian Craig's BMW either, so I think there are 1 and 2 gaps on this grid. Let's see as they come through here at Coppice and into Charlie's. There's Wilson, West, Hughes, Andy Robinson, Paul Wood, Malcolm Harding. David Griffin should be with Colin Voice there. We haven't got Ian Craig. Is there anybody else missing? We're missing Colin Claxton. He had problems with his Escort in race 1. He failed to finish. Anton Martin never started race 1. So we're missing those two, and we're missing Ian Craig and David Griffin's BMWs. Those are the two absentees. Paul Finney at the back. He's been racing that XR2 for many years. Head round the top of the circuit. Malcolm Harding looking for what I think is his 6th consecutive Blue Oval Saloon Series outright win. And Andy Wilson looking for a double in Classic Thunder. All our overall winners have been doubles so far. The only championship that hasn't been a double is the Pre-03s, because Gary Preble failed to start the second race. It will be a rolling start, 20-minute race. Wait for them to come up to the start then. "20 minutes on the clock." Getting ready for a rolling start then to our final race of the day here at Cadwell Park. Where's Andy Wilson gone? The pole sitter's disappeared. He must have gone back into the paddock. We've lost our pole sitter. So Jason West will start at the front alone for this final race of the day. The Edmondson Electrical Classic and Historic Thunder Saloons and the Burton Power Products Blue Oval Saloon Series. A rolling start, racing over 20 minutes. The pace car is in pit lane and we're underway. Good start by Jason Hughes in the Vectra up alongside Andy Robinson. And typically just as they get underway, the rain returns again. It's Jason West's BMW who leads them off. Andy Robinson attacking the Vauxhall Vectra of Jason Hughes ahead of him. It's BMW leads the way from Vauxhall in second, Ford in third, Ford in fourth, Malcolm Harding's Escort. Well, Andy Wilson, who was scheduled to start on pole in the Holden Monaro, must have pulled into the paddock on the green flag lap, I would think. Andy Robinson going through into second place, getting past Jason Hughes. That immense Ford Falcon, the Craig Lowndes look-alike, up into second place. It really is a stunning beast, that Ford Falcon. Trying to chase down Jason West, our race leader in his BMW, is already checked out in front. What a shame we haven't got Andy Wilson out there. Falcon in second place, Jason Hughes, the XPTCC man, under fire from Malcolm Harding, then Paul Wood, Colin Voice, AJ Owen, James Dunkley, and there's Jack Gadd in his absolutely stunning Mark 1 Escorts. Leader comes through towards the mountains. Jason West, up the mountain he goes, over the top. Here comes our second place fight. Watch for Robinson getting some air over the mountain here. There he goes over the top. Great stuff. Spectacular, these cars, large and small out there. Jack Gadd goes through in the 58s. Starts to sort themselves out in this first lap. AJ Owen, normally in the pre-03 touring cars, running the Classic Thunder today with his Honda, chasing Colin Voice in his Mark 1 Escort. Jason West with a clear lead. Andy Robinson in second place, former champion, in his Ford Falcon. Over 7 seconds down already on Jason West. West clearing off up the road in the BMW. Jason Hughes in third in the Vectra. He's also got his MGZR here today. He's opting to MGZS, I should say, here today. He's opting to race the Vectra. There's Malcolm Harding leading the Blue Oval Saloons ahead of Paul Wood in the Deutsche Tech BMW. Start to sort themselves out. Jeff Steele's lost a couple of spots further back in his M3. Is up the inside. Malcolm Harding having a go at Jason Hughes. He's going through into third place. Jason Hughes has gone wide in the Vectra there. Now, is he still leading his class? Yes, he is. Classic Thunder Class C. He's unbeaten in that class this year and leads the championship. We don't know who's going to be leading the Blue Oval Saloons coming out of this meeting in their championship, because points leader Colin Claxton, a non-starter in this race, unfortunately had trouble in race 1. AJ Owen closing up on this group as well. Robinson escaping into second place, going after Jason West in the BMW. Jason had a win at Brands Hatch earlier this year. Over the top they go. You see the Falcon just nearly get some air off the mountain there. Still ahead of Colin Voice. It's Malcolm Harding third outright. Impressive from the Blue Oval Saloons leader, taking on the bigger Thunder Saloon cars. James Dunkley there, his beautiful little XR2. 5 cars together, Ford, Vauxhall, BMW, Ford and Honda. Mix of different machinery in this Classic Thunder and Blue Oval Saloon race. Lead is over 10 seconds now for West ahead of Robinson. Robinson in turn has pulled away by 5 seconds from Malcolm Harding. So we concentrate on the battle for third. This is where the action is at the moment. 5 cars going at it. AJ Orange drops a wheel onto the grass there. Charge their way up the hill. There's Andy Robinson in the background in second. Hughes down to fourth. Doesn't matter about him getting ahead of Malcolm Harding. They're in different championships, those two, of course. Paul Wood behind him is in a different class. The BMW is both in Class B, West and Wood. Andy Robinson is a Class A car for the big bangers. Shame his class rival has dropped out. Andy Wilson failed to start. There's Robinson. Up through the mountain. Does the Falcon take off? Almost. Well clear of his opposition, and the inside Jason Hughes goes through into the mountain. Now we don't see that very often. That's a rare overtaking spot. That was a brave move by Jason Hughes. Through into third place ahead of Malcolm Harding. So the Vectra up into third. It's Classic Thunder cars 1, 2 and 3 now, all in different classes. Also leading their classes are Malcolm Harding, Colin Boyce, James Dunkley, Jack Gadd, Tony Paxman, Will Hunt and Dan Mackay. They're all leading their classes. There's so many different classes in this race. 2 championships. Malcolm Harding took command of Paul Wood in the BMW. Started his career in a BMW Compact. AJ Owens drops away a little bit there from Colin Boyce in the Mark 1 Escort Zach Speed. He's starting to pull away from the Mark 2 Zach Speed. 101 Malcolm Harding. Speed, of course, the founded by Eric Zakowski in Germany, still running sports cars. Had a Formula 1 team for a time, Zach Speed in the late 80s, not a successful one sadly. Malcolm Harding running a bit wide there into park, he's trying to hold off Paul Wood in the BMW. Wood at the inside, they're side by side towards the gooseneck. Harding holds the place. It's final race of the day here at Cadwell Park. Jason West is lapping over a second quicker than everyone else. Andy Robinson in second. Nobody able to live with those two. Robinson's lapping about 4 seconds quicker than Jason Hughes. So those two, West and Robinson, have cleared off in front. Hughes pulling away in third. The Vectra goes over the mountain. Of course, that car never raced here in period because the British Touring Car Championship does not visit Cadwell Park. Four cars together now for fourth place. Harding, Wood, Boyce and Owen. Should be a commentator, not a racer, shouldn't he, with a name like Colin Boyce. Chased by AJ Owen here in the Matt Neal lookalike Honda. Well, there's our leader, Jason West. He's run away and hid at the front. Further back in the order, there's Jeff Steele with his E30. Chased by Tony Paxman, then Will Hunt in the Fiesta, Martin Reynolds Anglia and Dan Mackay in his Fiesta. Nice little variety here. This is the fight for 12th place further back. We have lost a couple of cars at the back. We already lost Andy Wilson. We lost Paul Finney again as well. His Fiesta has retired. This is the battle towards the back of the field. Steele. Been around BMWs his whole racing career. He's been a modified saloon car champion in the past, back in the early 90s. Did 1 season in British touring cars with the Team Dynamics BMW in the Privateers class, as it was known then, the Total Cup for Privateers. Didn't have a lot of success there. And has been running BMWs in various events ever since, including Brick Car Endurance and plenty more. There's Will Hunt in his Fiesta. Chasing down Tony Paxman, very experienced hot rod racer on the short ovals of Great Britain and Europe, Tony Paxman. Here's the battle for fourth. Malcolm Harding in a car that looks a bit like a short oval hot rod, holding fourth place. It's a little wide there, Tony Paxman. Plenty of battles to watch here. West that leads from Robinson by 16.5 seconds now. Hughes third, then Harding, Wood, Boyce and Owen. Next group is headed by Jack Gadd in his Escort. He's got Jeff Steele showing in 9th place behind him now. The Jeff Steele is 9th, Paxman is 10th, then Hunt 11th. Behind them, Martin Reynolds with his new Anglia, and Paul Wood makes the move. He's through, coming into Charlie's there, up into 4th place, ahead of Malcolm Harding. It matters not for Harding, he's still well clear in the Blue Oval Saloons. Jack Gadd is second in them, he's down in 8th place. Third Blue Ovaler is Tony Paxman. And now it's a battle of the Zac Speed Escorts. Which is quicker, Mark 1 or Mark 2? Because Colin Voice is catching Malcolm Harding through Park Corner. Look at that, the almost matching liveries on the Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escort there, the Castrol livery. It's wonderful, don't they? And AJ Owen behind them in the more modern Honda. He's going to try and get past Colin Voice here. Will he get through on the run into Mansfield? I don't think so. We rarely see overtakes pulled off there. No, he hasn't got through. Paul Wood has though, and he's away and gone. Voice has got through on the run towards the mountain under the bridge. It's getting wet again out there. Is this going to slow our leaders down? West and Robinson. Jason Hughes, this could play into his hands. He's about 30 seconds down on the two leaders. Malcolm Harding. Has Malcolm Harding got a problem here, or is it the wet conditions slowing him up? As he's dropping back down the order, it's an alarming race. He's got AJ Owen on his tail. We're at half distance, just under 10 minutes to go. AJ Owen surely going to go through here, the front-wheel drive Honda on the attack, on the back of Malcolm Harding. I reckon he's just struggling with the conditions. In fact, AJ Owen drops away a little bit in a straight line there. Still your leader is Jason West. Let's see what the lead gap was last time through. 17. Oh, and Harding spun. I thought he was struggling with the wet conditions. Malcolm Harding has spun it. Now, can he stay ahead of Jack Gadd, or is he going to take the lead of the Blue Oval Saloon Series? Got a decent lead. He's going again. I don't think he lost a place there other than to AJ Owen. Jeff Steele was a long way behind in what is 8th place. We have lost somebody else into retirement, James Dunkley. Lost his Fiesta. Jason West now in back marker traffic, I would think. We've hardly seen him all race. He's so far ahead. He's 17.7 seconds up on Andy Robinson. And Robinson in turn is a long way ahead of Jason Hughes. Yeah, another 18 seconds up on Hughes. Here's a replay of Malcolm Harding. He got wide onto the grass there coming into Park Corner, maybe just caught out by a bit of pressure from AJ Owen. Goes off onto the grass, there's no grip there, and round goes the Zac Speed Escort. Got it going again though, and I think he still leads the Blue Oval Saloon. Yes, he's come through, still ahead of this man, Jeff Steele, in 8th place in the BMW. 9th is Tony Paxman. He's got ahead of Jack Gadd, and that's for second in Blue Oval as well. Jack Gadd, I think, may have a problem here. Or is he trying to move out of the way and let the leader through? Because there's Jason West. Yeah, they're trying to get out of Jason's way, but there isn't room for them to do so. There's Jack Gadd. He's trying to move aside. There isn't room at all, Benz, to do that. He's encountered the back markers in the worst possible place there. Now Jason's got the BMW through. Jason West continues to dominate our final race of the day, the Edmondson Electrical Edmondson Electrical Classic Thunder Saloons and the Burton Power Blue Oval Saloons. Over the line he goes, 8 laps completed. Going up on Tony Paxman now. Blue Escorts. Let him by on Park Straight, just waiting till the straight there to let the big BMW M3 through. The lead gap has come down as a result of that, because Jason lost time there because he met the back markers at Hall Bends and couldn't get through. He's lost about 7 seconds to Andy Robinson there, but he's still 10.7 seconds ahead. little bit of a slide there through Park Corner. Needs to keep a cool head here. Jason West, and he's heading for victory. The Class B BMW. He is the points leader in Class B. Now, where is he overall in the Thunder Saloon points? Well, Jason West, we know. Jason Hughes, we know, is the points leader. Yes, Jason West is second overall in the Classic Thunder points at the moment, and third it is Andy Wilson, but he's out of this race. Jason West comes up on Jeff Steele. BMW's old and new. Excuse me, Jeff, he says. Thank you. Wonderful to have so many E30s out there. Such a revered model of BMW. Ah, there's a man we've not seen much of, Andy Robinson. The big Falcon caught in a clutch of smaller Fords there as he tries to lap them. He's got a Fiesta and Anglia in front of him, a Fiesta behind him. The Falcon going into that group of smaller Fords, like an ocean liner arriving in a harbour full of small fishing boats, isn't it? The size of that Falcon. That's Will Hunt in the Fiesta. Will Hunt's currently running 12th. Just lost out to Martin Reynolds in the Anglia there. They're chasing Jack Gadd. This is the fight as well for third in Blue Oval. And in fact, they're catching Tony Paxman, so they're still fighting for second in Blue Oval. We know Malcolm Harding's leading it. Robinson's carved through the traffic. He's in clear air now. Still 10 seconds down, or just over 10 seconds down on West. Craig Lowndes, aka Andy Robinson. Craig Lowndes, one of the all-time greats of the V8 Supercar Championship in Australia. Along with Peter Brock, Dick Johnson, Jim Richards and company. Later on it was Jamie Whincup, now Scott McLaughlin dominating Australian racing, of course. We've seen Scott move into IndyCar as well. I think the championship is going to be named in honour of Jamie Whincup when he retires. But anyway, we've got Escorts battling it out. Jack Gadd fighting with Tony Paxman. This is for second in Blue Oval. Martin Reynolds trying to get involved as well. Malcolm Harding is fighting for, is leading Blue Oval. And we've got 6 cars potentially fighting for second in the Blue Oval Saloon Series here. Paxman, Gadd, Reynolds, Hunt and Mackay. 5 cars, sorry. We lost a couple of them earlier on. Dunkley and Finney dropped out of the race. 3.5 minutes to go. Looking good for Jason West. He's got the lead back up to 12.3 seconds now. Jack Gadd under fire from Reynolds. The Anglia having a go. Reminds me of the Anglias used in hot rod racing and classic hot rods nowadays. There's Andy Robinson. There's our leader, so you can get an idea of the gap visually. Robinson heads up to the top of Park Straight, so Jason West heading through Chris Kerr. Just less than 3 minutes to go now. Here comes the leader. Jason West. In number 76, began his career in the Kumho Tyres sponsored BMW Championship. From Guildford in Surrey, over the top of the mountain. Couple of laps to go. What a shame we haven't got Andy Wilson out there in the big Monaro. Disappeared on the green flag lap. I assume he went back into the paddock with a problem. Here's the battle further back. Jason Hughes lapping the Ford battlers there. There's Jeff Steele, he's still 8th. Here's the battle between Colin Voice and AJ Owen. This is for 5th position overall. Voice leading his class. Owen second in Classic Thunder Class C. Same class as Jason Hughes. There's Hughes, hidden in amongst a phalanx of Fords. It's being closed down by Paul Wood in his BMW. He could get on the podium here. You won't catch the class leader, Jason West. Jason Hughes hoping to get these Fords out of the way of the Vauxhall. The blue flag waving from the marshals. Going to hold their line. The faster cars are coming through. Jason Hughes at the outside of Martin Reynolds in his Anglia. Will Hunt is the next man to be lapped. Of course, this is also having their own race for second in Blue Oval. You may not necessarily be noticing the leaders behind them, the quicker cars at least behind them coming through the lap. Paul Wood in fourth in his Beamer. Jason Hughes still there in third. Well behind West and Robinson. They're going to finish first and second, barring disaster. We've got less than a minute left on the clock, so we checkered flag shortly. It's going to be a win for Jason West. There he goes. I think we might get one more lap out of this, so there's 45 seconds on the clock as he heads through the hairpin. So I think we'll get one more lap out of this. To the last lap of the day he goes. There is Robinson, so it's back up to a much larger gap once again. So the gap is this time, so it was about 12 seconds last time around, back up to 16 seconds now, so the BMW has pulled away again. Dominance from Jason West. BMW goes up the hill to Park Corner for the final time, the clock about to count down to 0. Checkered flag this time. Through Park Corner, up towards Chris Curve. Just got to hold it together for a few more corners in these damp conditions. Here he comes towards the gooseneck. Taking the perfect amount of curve there on the outside, down the hill into Mansfield Bend. Here he comes under the bridge. Jason West facing no real challenge in this race. He cleared off right from the start. He was leading by 7 seconds at the end of lap 1. Total dominance in our final race of the day. The run of double winners is about to be ended because of problems at the start for Andy Wilson. Through Hall Bends for the final time. The Underscore sponsored BMW. Just the hairpin and barn corner to get round. Forward to take it easy from here. Comes towards Barn Corner. Here he comes towards the checkered flag. A dominant victory in Classic Thunder for Jason West in the BMW. Way ahead of everybody else. We'll wait for Andy Robinson to come through in the Ford Falcon. He's just coming out of the hairpin now to come through for second place. The Blue Oval Saloon Series should be won by Malcolm Harding. We'll wait for him to come through. He's in 7th overall after a quick spin earlier on. Robinson comes over in second. A flash of flame from the exhaust as he crosses the line. It's going to be Jason Hughes in the Vectra in third. That will keep his championship lead in Classic Thunder because he is still unbeaten in his class. This is for second in the Blue Oval Saloon Series. Still that line of cars. The Vectra of Hughes will come home in third. Jeff Steele a lap down in the E30 behind him. Paul Wood will take fourth place. Colin Boyce will take fifth. With his Escort Mark 1, here he comes. Sixth will go to AJ Owen. The Blue Oval battlers come home. It's Paxman, Gadd, Hunt, Reynolds and Mackay. We're just waiting for Malcolm Harding to come home now. He'll be the last car to cross the line. He will win the Blue Oval Saloon Series. Just make sure he completes the last lap first of all, because it's never over until you pass that checkered flag. Where is Malcolm Harding? Here he comes. And he takes his 6th successive win in the Blue Oval Saloons. Struggled a bit in the wets, but manages to take the Blue Oval win. We'll confirm the results and the class winners in a moment. Well done, Jason West. Complete dominance there from the BMW driver, winning by 16.6 seconds in the end. And Jason Hughes a further 21 seconds back in third. West the winner from Robinson, 16.6 seconds. Jason Hughes in third. They all win their classes. Jason Hughes keeps the championship lead. Paul Wood in fourth. Colin Boyce, a class winner, in fifth position. The only other cars on the lead lap, AJ Owen, and Blue Oval Saloons winner Malcolm Harding. Jeff Steele taking 8th place. Tony Paxman second in Blue Oval and won his class, as did Jack Gadd and Will Hunt behind him. Martin Reynolds taking 12th place. And the other finisher, a class-winning Dan Mackay with his Fiesta. 13 cars went the distance. We lost James Dunkley and Paul Finney in their Fiestas, and Andy Wilson sadly never completed the green flag lap from pole position. Don't know what the problem was there, but it left the way clear for Jason West to take a dominant victory, and we'll hear from him in a few moments' time. Well, that wraps up the race action here at Cadwell Park today. We are going to head down to Parc Fermé and hear from a couple of the drivers in our final race of the day, the Edmondson Electrical Classic Thunder Saloons and Burton Power Blue Oval Saloon Series. Full results can be found at the Timekeepers website at tsl-timing.com and on the BARC website as well, barc.net. Our thanks go to all the Orange Army, the volunteer marshals, as always. If you've ever wanted to become a marshal, have a look on the BARC website at barc.net to find out details. Also at BARC Marshal on Twitter, you can find out info on there. How to sign up to marshal at these events if you've ever fancied volunteering to get close up to the action at a motorsport event in the UK. Thanks also to all our recovery crews, the medical staff, the race control staff and everyone else. Thanks to the timekeepers as well for helping us to follow the action. Thank you, TSL Timing. We can now go down to Parc Fermé with our race interviewer Steve Jameson, who's ready to catch up with our race winner Jason West.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dave. Welcome back down to Parc Fermé. Final time this afternoon. What a race from yourself there, Jason. A dominant race in the end, obviously with the issues at the start for your opponent, but at a track like this, it's never quite over, is it? You've got to take it all the way to the bitter end.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to myself all the way round to make sure you don't push too hard, and it's a real shame Andy couldn't make it. I was really looking forward to racing the Holden in the wet, because this thing is awesome in the wet.
Well, it showed it for sure. I mean, conditions weren't ideal out there. It was almost that awkward level of wet, wasn't it? Not totally wet, but just greasy enough to make it really annoying for you.
Yeah, exactly. And we're on slicks. I think everyone's on slicks. So you just have to keep pushing, keep heating the tyres and hope it doesn't rain any more than it is. So great fun day out.
Yeah, as the Monday comes to an end, I'm sure you've had worse Mondays in your time. It's not been a bad day out, hey?
No, absolutely. It's been a good day all round. Yeah, great to be at Cadwell.
Well, that's what we like to hear. Jason, congratulations on a great performance today, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Top man, mate. Thank you.
Well, hopefully we can hear shortly from Malcolm Harding, our Blue Oval Saloon Series winner, as well in a moment. We'll wait to see what Steve can find in Parc Fermé down there, but a very enjoyable day of racing despite the changeable weather here at Cadwell Park. I absolutely love this circuit, and so do so many of the other drivers. There's a lot of history, this circuit. It's a very beautiful place to go motor racing. A very challenging circuit as well. We can now head back down to Parc Fermé. I think Steve Jameson has got hold of our Vauxhall Vectra pilot, John Cleland, aka Jason Hughes.
Thank you, Dave. All right, back down in Parc Fermé. We've got Jason Hughes with me in the Vauxhall. Jason, class win for you. You must be pretty pleased with that, I imagine.
Yeah, pleased with that. Pleased to stay on the track, I think, isn't it?
It was a little bit dicey out there, I imagine.
Well, it was dry at this end and it was wet over the back, so same for everyone, but it was good. No, kept it in one piece, that's the main thing, and then just obviously class win, that's what we want. We can't keep up with the big grunters,
Is it something where you were having to sort of tiptoe around, or were you trying to just keep the heat in the tyres by going a little bit harder?
Tiptoeing over the back, and then you try to make as much up as over the mountain round as you could. And then as it dried out there, it then got damp through here. So it was just hard work.
Yeah, the supporters on the bank there had the best view, didn't they? Because everyone was caning it through that section.
yeah. This is the best, definitely the fastest part of the race.
And you seem to have brought a lot of supporters with you as well. Is it a big camp who've come down?
Just the team now. We have a big team.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it, these bank holiday weekends? Getting everyone together, all the team, all the family, and just enjoying the day out.
Certainly, yeah. It's all part of the weekend, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Well, Jason, congratulations on a great day, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Hopefully shortly we can hear from Malcolm Harding as well. He's, I think, made it 6 wins in a row now in the Blue Oval Saloons. We'll confirm that with him. Wait to see if that gives him the overall lead of the championship as well, because the points leader coming into today was Colin Claxton, and he has failed to score. He failed to get the race finishes, so he won't get many points to his name. But don't forget, we're back in action on BARC TV September the 18th and 19th, so in a couple of weeks' time we will have coverage of the British Truck Racing Championship from Snetterton, the heavyweights in action on the twisty Norfolk circuit. And we can now head back down to Parc Fermé for the final interview of the day. Hopefully we'll hear from Malcolm Harding talking to Steve Jameson.
Yeah, with the winner of the Blue Oval Saloons, Malcolm Harding, congratulations, another win for you in this class. It's been relentless, 6 in a row now, I think is right. Yeah. Another trophy to the collection. Pretty good Monday overall.
Yeah, it's getting there now. We're doing all right. We went out on wets in that one. We thought it was the way to go. It was good at the beginning. I was pushing Jay in the touring car around for a bit, and then sadly we ran out of rubber a little bit then. And then the rain came, and then we didn't have the rubber, and then it sort of come back. It done a sort of, I think, about a 41 on the wet, so it was quite good. So I'm quite happy.
It was a strange sort of condition, wasn't it? Because half the track was a totally different condition to the other half of the track.
The back was a bit wet, and up under the trees was a bit wet, but apart from that, it was drivable everywhere really. Plenty of grip really.
I think you had a different issue to a lot of the others because they were all on slicks. They're sort of trying to tiptoe around the wet and then smash it through the flats. You were probably one of the few in the race who had different tactics entirely.
Yeah, well, it looked like it was going to bang it down, so we thought we'll go with the wets and see how it went. But it sort of half paid off and half didn't. But yeah, it was all right. I thought we'd be a bit further up the classic grid as well, but obviously not so good as we thought. But I don't know where we ended up even, really.
Not what it's about. Obviously, you've got the trophy win. Another great day out at Cadwell. We will see you very soon, I'm sure. You're looking forward to finishing off the season in style?
Yeah, I mean, all the teams help brilliantly. Tim Swatkin for the engine. Mark Fremantle comes and helps me every time we go. It's been mint, really. Couldn't do it without the guys, so thanks a lot to all them guys.
That's what we like to hear, even though they're giving you some stick behind the camera right now. Top work, Malcolm. We'll see you very soon.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate.
Brilliant to hear from several of the drivers today. Such a friendly club is the Classic Touring Car Racing Club. Thank you to all their drivers for their entertainment today, to their teams and mechanics as well for keeping these amazing cars running. Well done to all our winners here today. Thanks again to the Orange Army and to all our other volunteer officials here today, and everybody else for making this meeting possible. Thank you to our camera crews out there braving the rain, bringing us the action as always. And thank you to you for watching, for commenting, for liking the stream, and for enjoying a great day's motorsport here in Lincolnshire at Cadwell Park. We're back in action in a couple of weeks' time, September the 18th and 19th at Snetterton for the British Truck Racing Championship. But that's about all from BARC TV here on this Bank Holiday Monday. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, this is commentator Dave Goddard signing off here on BARC TV from Cadwell Park. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.